guys, welcome to Soireétoria. Let's just put it out there. Your Instagram is like constant thirst traps. Come on. Really, truly multifaceted, because one post will be a kurta pajama and then the next post will be like topless in the gym.
I would love to buy like a bag that I like, which has been already bought by somebody else. Why the hell not?
Why not?
Yeah, and I made a conscious effort to sort of like buy things that are buy less, buy better.
Name the only designer whose creations have been displayed at the Met Museum.
The only
only Indian designer.
At the Met Museum.
Will the silence be recorded?
Hi guys, welcome to Soireétoria. I'm super excited to have you guys. I'm just going to do a short introduction. Edward is an amazing fashion director and stylist. Works with several celebrities, has done multiple covers over the years. Yeah, and I think it's just refreshing to sometimes see your work, and yours is like a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
So this is Eddie. He's literally a style expert. And then we have Pranav, this beautiful brand called Human that I have loved and worn and supported and sold for so many years. And it's actually one of those things where, of course, I love a lot of Indian brands, but there are very few Indian brands I wear all the time. Pranav is actually also a poet, right?
Yeah.
And you do the most beautiful poetry in Hindi and Urdu.
I don't know about the beautiful part.
And
but
Urdu. No, you do. And then you recite them, and then you have like these nights, and it's just so lovely to be multifaceted as well. So that's Pranav for you. Also, he's a fitness freak and super fit and hot. Let's just put it out there. Your Instagram is like constant thirst traps. Come on.
Yeah, it's a mix of poetry and thirst traps.
Yeah, it's true. You're really, truly multifaceted, because one post will be a kurta pajama and then the next post will be like topless in the gym.
Is this where you say God is kind?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but it's a pleasure to be here and talking with you.
Yeah.
And also thank you. You've been a great supporter of the brand.
I'm super excited. So Soireétoria, just as a quick brief, is just supposed to be a casual conversation with industry experts that you are. We're supposed to be talking about things that excite us, of course, sustainability, the future of shopping, the future of fashion in India and for South Asians all over the world. You both have been in the industry for a while now, and you have a really good understanding of
Geriatrics.
No, please don't call us that yet. But I just think you have a good understanding of the pulse too. But you have the maturity to see, and you've had the experience to know what has come, what is coming. So it's just, I think for people who are industry outsiders, it's nice to get an insight.
I think largely it has to be reasonable, the way I look at it. Whatever you're making, is it purpose driven or not? Is it just a product that you're making, or are you actually trying to provide a value to a consumer? Now it could be like in our case, there's not been a single product that we've made in the past 10 years where we're just selling a product. We call ourselves not a fashion designers, we identify ourselves as storytellers. So हम अपने कपड़ों में भी अपनी कहानियाँ डालते हैं, जिन चीज़ों से हम इंस्पायर होते हैं, what affects us. And then the idea is for somebody to go to the wardrobe and identify a human hanging there, and every time you see that, there is a recall value to probably the time that it was made in, or probably a personal attachment that I've poured in my heart to make that. That is where I feel like that is where I add that value in that garment for somebody to store it in their wardrobe for probably 10-20 years and not just throw it away. It's just a t-shirt, let's just like wear it and throw it.
Right.
So I think that is where my identification of sustainability comes from.
Okay, so Eds, I want to know, in styling, how do you incorporate sustainability as a stylist in your job?
It's a tough question, because in our world, especially with with working with celebrities, etc. Everything has to be new. Everybody wants to wear something new, something that's not been worn before, and the trends are always coming. But whereas what I've noticed among other stylists too, they started promoting rewear your outfits, which I think is the only way we can sort of, because I think there's so much pressure, especially among the stars, that you can't rewear something you've worn before. And I don't think there's anything wrong in that. In fact, apart from my work, I think, especially after the pandemic, I think it's, I've been really thinking about how much of clothes do we actually waste, a lot. When we do ads, I mean, we buy a lot of things and, it's just sort of wasted, I mean, there's so much things churned out. And also in sort of my personal thing, as I used to buy a lot of clothes unnecessary, I feel that was just like kind of, stuff somewhere, not really worn again. And I made a conscious effort to sort of like buy things that are buy less, buy better.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
So tell me, how many times do you wear an outfit before you finally discard it? Like, what's an average?
I don't discard a lot, actually.
At all.
So I was a big hoarder for shoes. I don't discard clothes that easily. I was a big hoarder for shoes. That also I've stopped because it didn't really make sense to buy 5 pairs of white sneakers. I love them, but I also realized that that's just insane.
These are these lovely white sneakers that are in my frame.
Yes, yet another one. But I don't easily discard, because also the thing is, there's like a little passed down culture in my house. So I used to live with 2 of my close friends, who I, whatever clothes that I feel. Also, I get a lot of, gifts. So I always say, like, don't send me things that I'm just going to throw. I make a very conscious effort to tell PR people that please don't send unnecessary things. I'll let you know if I like it. And also things that I get sent, if it doesn't suit me, then I pass it on to my friends or my nephews, who are always excited to wear my hand-me-downs. So there's this little thing happening in my house, so I very, very rarely discard clothes. Just like that. And plus, like I told you before, even the clothes that I wear, they're pretty classic. I might have one off, like something that is a bit more statementy, but my stuff are pretty much classic, simple, and blacks and whites and neutral colors.
But would you sell your stuff, Eddie? Like, for example, at Saritoria, we're starting, our app is launching, or it's just on the brink of launch, and we're starting to sell even European and American designer accessories, like handbags, everything, shoes, belts, glasses. We did an Instagram sale just as a preview to see that, let's see how it goes. It went insane. Our DMs were blowing up, and people were like, it's sold already. And we're like, yeah, it's just one-off pieces, So would you sell some of I know you have some really key designer pieces. Would you sell them?
Clothing, I don't think so.
But accessories?
Accessories, shoes, bags, I possibly will. Clothes, because like I said, I have this really cool Dries Van Noten jacket that I found in some, sample sale in New York. And I have these things, that I want, like, it doesn't even fit me. I love it so much. I keep it. There are many things that I've bought, like things, again, it's memory that I want to keep it forever and see it again and appreciate the beauty, because some of the clothes are just beautiful, beautiful made, the construction. So clothes perhaps not, but definitely, certain shoes that I feel like I got in excitement, but that I don't really like, may not love. I have many of those, and definitely yes, yeah.
What do you think of this concept? Do you think that it's a good thing, it's a good change that girls are finally opening up to selling their wardrobe?
Yeah, I think it is another dimension to the whole sustainable angle. So definitely it's a positive approach, and I feel like to some extent it would also have a huge impact in terms of its placement in future, where we would be encouraged with time. I think outside India it is culturally also a phenomena,
A big phenomena,
exactly. So definitely that encouragement is required and awareness is required in the market that your clothes are not just to be thrown. You add value and then you upsell it maybe. Why don't you? Because you have to also see it as a piece of art.
Okay, so how do I do this? We're gonna start. We'll just go one by one.
No.
Or no, I think whoever knows the answer.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Whoever knows the
Yeah.
answer.
Even you can answer if you know
I'm
the
the one.
answer.
It's in front of me.
Oh,
Whoever
damn it,
knows the
answers.
answer says it, and then
My
we'll
general
keep a
knowledge is
score.
so
We'll keep
weak.
a score. Why not? Just for fun. So, what percentage of global industrial water pollution is due to textile dyeing and treatment? 10%, 20%, 30%.
I would choose the highest, 30%.
I think so. I mean,
Okay, both get 0. It's 20.
That's
I
pretty
was
close.
thinking 20.
Yeah, but I mean the options are 10, 20, 30.
Okay, fine.
What percentage of clothing is recycled? 33%, 15%, 5%, or less than 1?
5%.
In like the whole world.
Yeah.
Oh,
5%.
definitely about 5%. I think. I don't think.
5%.
Why? So you guys are not a team. You don't have to have
No,
the same
I'll tell you
answers.
what.
No, is it first?
I just feel that I mean.
I think Edward, we are winning this one.
5%.
It's less than 1.
Holy.
Oops.
Fine.
Yeah.
Now just some GK stuff. Name the only designer whose creations have been displayed at the Met Museum.
The only
Only Indian designer.
at the Met Museum.
Will the silence be recorded?
Which city is
chirping.
this designer from?
Delhi.
Oh.
He's from.
Manish Arora?
Yeah, Manish Arora.
Hmm.
Chalo, finally we have
okay.
1 point. Okay. Who were blue jeans originally made for?
For the construction workers, the Levi's jeans, right? It was for railway.
jeans.
For World War. No, that was much later. It was actually for the working class.
Yeah, for the
Working in
construction workers. no?
Working class is correct, but it says
Railway.
miners.
I thought it was railway, but
Miners,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, what is the name of the oldest luxury fashion house still in operation? This is worldwide, not India specific.
Hermes, Chanel, Hermes.
Hermes. Okay, so Eddie gets that point. What is the full name of Sabyasachi's designer label? What's the full name? He's a very hot seller at Saritoria, so we
What's the
Sabyasachi
full name?
Plugged in a
Sabyasachi
question.
Mukherjee.
Sabyasachi, Calcutta.
yes,
Oh,
he gets
Calcutta.
it. A little bit Bollywood question. A little. Okay, ace fashion designer Manish Malhotra designed his first ever bridal outfit. He was a stylist first, right? So his first ever designer outfit was designed for whose wedding? Juhi Chawla, Gauri
Sri
Khan.
Devi.
No, she's not even an option. Juhi Chawla, Gauri Khan, Ravina Tandon, or Bhavna Pandey.
Bhavna Pandey.
Yeah, he got it. You're like, who's Bhavna Pandey? Oh my god, Eddie's Bollywood trivia is very weak, I'm
Oh
sure.
gosh.
Yeah. Okay, chalo, one last one.
Wait, she's Ananya
I
Pandey's
guess.
mom.
Ananya Pandey's mom.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay. In Anita Dongre's designs, you can find a lot of inspiration from which state?
Rajasthan.
That's true. Okay,
I'm
so
so
Eddie gets
slow.
that.
No, I mean I work with her a lot, so I.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to ask you guys this as a closing question because I didn't ask it earlier. What are the, and you please both answer, because I think this will help other people. What are the 3 questions you ask yourself before making a new purchase?
I think first, the most essential is, will this make me happy? The other is, do I have use for it? And probably the third one would be, how many times would I actually use it? Do I have use for it once, or do I have multiple times usage for it? I mean, you don't ask yourself, but I think subconsciously these are the thoughts that are running behind
Playing
you
in your
before
head, yeah.
purchasing.
What about you guys?
I think the first question is, do I really need this?
Yeah.
Do I really need it? Does it really do I, what use would I have? It would be the second question. That's probably the questions, or maybe the third one would be like, how long will I love it?
Yeah.
I think because certain stuff we buy in a whim, because it makes you happy at that time.
In the moment.
In the moment.
Yeah, that's key to understand that is this a momentary
Yeah, exactly.
thing,
I
or
think it's very
will this happiness
important.
last?
Yeah, which really that's the important question. Like, do I really need this, or is it just excitement for that moment?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
And I think a good way to figure that out is maybe sleep over it.
I think so
Like,
because
don't just like be like, okay, it's exciting, buy it now.
impulsive buyer.
Like,
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it, or you don't have to sleep, or think about it for a little bit time, or sleep over it. Because then, if the next day you still want it, and it's still making you as happy, then maybe yes. So what I ask myself is definitely how many times am I going to be able to wear this? Even a statement piece, if it's something you really enjoy and love, and you love the way it looks on you, whether it's a bag or a garment, but you know that I love it so much, I will wear it a certain amount of times, then it's totally worth it. So I definitely, that's the one question I ask myself. And then I do this thing of like trying to sleep over it. Because I'm like, what's the desperation?
Yeah.
If you don't buy this moment, you won't die, no?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
like, chill, relax
That's
for a bit,
absolutely- yeah,
think about
exactly.
it.
Do I really need this? Will I really like this? You know, in a week.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the problem, right, with fast fashion, because you know it's so available so easily and so cheaply that it's so easy to just like
Impulse buy.
yeah, impulse buy, and then discard it like 2 weeks later. You know.
I get really upset. I mean, I completely stopped buying fast fashion. Not that I didn't used to in my 20s, I did a lot. But I used to get really upset that I would buy something and then I would send it for a wash. And it's like, oh, you can't ever wear it again. And I'm like, even in the days when I used to buy a lot, I used to still like wearing my things many times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, after a wash, why is this feeling like this? You know, and why can't I wear it again? And it gets me so frustrated. So, I mean, that was one of the reasons also that I completely stopped. I want to be able to wash and wear again and again and again, you know. This is a really funny story. There's one mint green Abu Sandeep lehenga. When my first friend got engaged, right after college, so we were like 21, 22, and we were very excited because it was the first like engagements in the group of friends from my school, like my school friend. And I was like, I have to buy a new lehenga for this. It's such a big occasion for me. And I bought it when I was 22. In the last 10, 12, whatever, 13 years, I think I've worn it 22 times. To a point where the blouse, which I designed myself, I went to Delhi shop, I said I want this down, very sexy, whatever. The blouse cut, this part became black because from all the dry cleaning and how many times I wore it. And my mother had to beg me that if I see this lehenga on you one more time, I promise I can't take it. Like every occasion, I'm like, I have that lehenga. Like it's so pretty. Like, I loved it so much. And now I'm selling it on Saritoria.
Oh wow!
And you know, honestly, it still broke my heart to put it up because I was like, I love it so much. But she's just like, you know, darling, you've really grown out of it and you really worn it a lot, you know. But yeah, it's crazy. Some things you just. But I love having garments like that, getting that use out of it, you know. Anyway, what's the score? Who won here?
Oh wow!
Definitely.
Growth also comes is a part of. It's like a byproduct of conversations
Exactly.
with like-minded
That's so
people.
true. That's so true.
It's like you brush against each other and you know cotton comes out.
No, you're actually
One of those
right,
things.
and that's the whole point of this whole series, Soireétoria, is just to get conversations going, because hopefully somebody will see our conversation and be
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then hopefully they'll have that conversation with some other people, and that's the whole idea, and that's why it's so casual and it's like, you know, yeah, it's just inspiring other conversations. And I think that's the best you can do when you're trying to educate a market or start a new concept or, you know, try and promote something new.
Oh, like